And we're live.
Yay.
Yeah. So, hey guys, what's up? This is the third episode of HERPCast. We missed a week last week because we were on vacation celebrating our anniversary. Happy anniversary, babes. 15 years we've been married.
Mm-hmm. We almost killed each other today.
Yeah, we had a day today.
Yeah. Happy anniversary.
Yeah, but we're still kicking. Now we're just trying to catch up from being gone for the week. We had a good time in New Orleans. We really didn't do a whole lot though. We kind of just relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
We had all these plans, but good food.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lot of fun. But as you guys know, our guests this week are John and Callie Grant, Grant Family Exotics. Most of you guys have known them from the shows, met them at the shows, or seen them at their store in Oklahoma if you live in the Tulsa area. So we're happy to have them on today. Couple of things. We have Austin coming up in a couple of weeks. We've gotten a really good ad response, so it looks great.
It's next weekend.
Next weekend. Yeah, next weekend. Wow. So I think it's going to be a really good show, and then we're back to Pearland. We think we've gotten the parking situation figured out there. We'll cross our fingers and toes that everything goes pretty smooth. We are expecting a big crowd there, so again, that's going to be one of those things that we'll just have to adapt to. Yeah, there's been a lot going on with the stores, the show, the shops. We've been completely busy. We're exhausted. We're going nonstop as usual, but we're excited to have our guest on. So we're not going to waste any time. Let's bring on John and Callie.
Hello.
Hey guys, what's up?
Hi.
John and Nugget starts barking. John and Callie Grant. Hey guys, welcome to the show. So you guys are in the shop. Probably been busy, I'm sure.
Yep.
So for anyone who doesn't know who you guys are, I don't know if they don't, but if they don't know, we'd like for you guys to explain.
Introduce yourselves.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit.
Tell us about yourselves, how you got started, how you met, all that good stuff.
So we're John and Callie Grant, or Andy calls her my old lady.
Well, it's Callie and Callie's old man.
There you go. But yeah, we're a couple of young kids from Oklahoma that have a shop. We're Grant Family Exotics. Like Sean said, we're just outside of Tulsa. We've been open with our own storefront for almost 4 years now. My parents have a store, so ever since I was 10, I've been in and out of retail pet store type settings. She actually was a customer in my parents' store. I never even met her. She saw me working there, thought I was the best looking thing there ever was.
Yeah, that.
Had to have them.
And it's just kind of gone from there. Reptiles, small animals, reptiles have just kind of been part of our life for a long time. Like I said, we're kind of young. I'm 29. She's about to turn 28, but we
John's
both
29 going on 59.
Yeah.
Like for real old. No, I ain't worried about the bald head. It's not even that. It's just,
but it's because
you
I'm
go to
really
bed at
old.
8 o'clock.
It's not even just looks. It's like he goes to bed at like 7:30.
Yeah. It's like
Oh,
old
close
man
to bedtime.
syndrome. Yeah, we might be going into your bedtime here a little bit.
Well,
John,
that's
so.
why I brought the monster to help
Oh,
me
good
sleep.
Lord.
But yeah, so that's just kind of, it's something that it's always been part of our lives. It's part of our children's lives. Whenever we had our first child, Lily, which a lot of you guys have met, we had over 500 personal animals, including breeders and babies. But we cut way back from there, back to about 150. And then we had that for a couple years, and then we started getting those numbers back up, and we decided, well, we need another outlet. So we started doing shows with you guys again in Oklahoma. Was actually our first Herp show. We did that first Herp show, and then we said we want to do every single one from here on out.
Yeah.
I think we missed Corpus Christi, and I think we've missed maybe 4 shows since then, 3 or 4 years since. So it's really, Herps has been a big part of our life, and it's going to continue to be. So
yeah, you guys are family to
Well,
us. So.
Callie was pregnant when we first met.
Yeah.
Henry
Yeah, I
supposed
was.
to- yeah.
Well, in fact, was it Lily or Violet?
it was Violet.
Was
Yeah.
it Violet? We were at a show like 3 days out of the hospital with Violet.
Yeah.
But not to get too serious on you, but that around the time that we started doing herp shows with you guys and met you guys and made friends with all the other like herbs vendors and stuff, that actually kind of pulled us out of like a rut that we were in, just kind of mentally and stuff. We just kind of were in that point that we were kind of done with everything. And then we started doing those shows and we got, made friends with all you guys and stuff like that. And it really started a new chapter for us.
That's cool. I didn't know that. Yeah. That's cool. Well, and
despite you, Sean.
Well, despite me. Well, and us going, honestly, I wanted to do a pet store way before I did herps. And at the time, it wasn't just the right time. We were in the right. We didn't have the right capital. It just wasn't the right time. But we went up to your grand opening and helped that day, and that lit a complete fire under my ass. It's like, this is what I want to do. This is something. So you guys inspired me to do what I'm doing now too with the shop. I mean, I've always, like I said, I've wanted to do it for a long time, but I kind of put it on the back burner because herps was so just time consuming and it's our lives, and it still is. But I'm lucky enough to have a really good staff that runs the shop, and although I've been up there quite a lot lately, figuring stuff out. But that's what really pushed me in the right direction to go ahead and open up my shop too. So I appreciate that. What's emojis?
James
Poppy. I heard. Let's see. Poppy better make an appearance in this video. James Lewis. Emojis. Dealing with kids that can't stay on. Don't know who that is. That's a Facebook user.
Somebody said they can't stay on because they're dealing with kids. They have a great time.
Yeah, and you guys don't have the kiddos with you at the shop right now. They're obviously.
We do not. We got a sitter for the kids so that we could hear everybody on the podcast today.
And then Poppy won't be here because Poppy's actually at home now.
Really?
We have downsized back to our original location.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
In preparation of we're actually going to be moving down to the Bryan College Station area. So
I don't know if anybody knows all that, but yeah, we've been working on
they
that.
do now.
Yeah, they do now.
She's actually at home in a very, 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 very large like bird cage, heavy duty bird cage right now for the time being.
Gotcha.
Lee, yeah, you're coming up as Facebook user.
Oh yeah, Facebook user. There's all Facebook users except for James Lewis and Tracy Renee.
Yeah, we saw Tracy Renee. I think I saw Sean from Yo-Yo in Waco. All right, so we all heard, most of us have heard how you guys actually met. Like, it wasn't conventional. Tell us how that happened and how you guys got to be together.
Well, so like he said, I actually was I was a pretty regular customer in his parents' pet store, but at the time that I was going in and buying stuff for my reptiles and stuff, he actually was in Stillwater at college, so he wasn't there very often, and so I just knew his parents. And then I actually was in like some classes with his best friend that he went to high school with, that they were like best friends. They were actually like neighbors even. So they grew up together, and he invited me and Jessica, which most of you guys know, to go like four-wheeling with them. But I, being the mature adult teenager that I am, had a job at a daycare. And so I didn't get off until like 6:30. And so it was too late to go four-wheeling with them, but we ended up meeting them at a Walmart in Sand Springs, which is a town near where we live. And the first things that I said to him were not very nice, because the first time I ever actually met JT, he parked his truck, or actually I think it was like the Blazer.
It was a Jeep. Yeah.
It was the Jeep with a big car hauler with all the four-wheelers on it. And he parked up by the front of the Walmart by the doors and took up like 3 spots because he couldn't get into just 2 with his trailer. And I had to park all the way down the aisle and had to walk forever. And so when I got up there, I was like, who the heck taught you how to park? You had taken up 3 parking spots, and I had to park all the way down there.
She actually said you can't park for shit.
Those were the words? Yeah.
Yep. And from that 100%. Moment on, I knew she was it. She was the one.
Yeah, that's the feisty one.
So if he ever tells you guys that he got tricked into this or he didn't know how much of a supply was, he is straight up lying.
Full of shit. We all know.
Oh yeah, if my husband ever said that, that's a lie.
No, I know.
Yeah. He knows. Yeah.
I know the crazy level.
Yeah, you tricked me. I did not trick you.
I think you tricked yourself.
Mm.
Yeah. This is a project. I'll fix it.
You are a project. I did pretty good for a while, and then
It's a
now
long-term
you just
project.
turned into your
long-term project.
whole nother animal that I can't even tame.
All right, so
you mean to say that I'm not anywhere near getting him
Oh God, no!
polished?
I actually got him to a really good point, and then just I don't even know what's happened.
Lost
I don't
control.
Yeah.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
so okay, so we told people obviously that you guys are moving to the area.
Amanda didn't like Lee when they first met either, and I can totally believe that.
I can totally believe that.
Oh
too.
yeah, Amanda would be like, yeah.
But for people that want to know, what are you going to do with the shop? So you want to fill people in how that's going to.
So we're keeping our store open. We have been training Jessica, my best friend. We've been training her for the last couple months now, and she's been taking stuff on really well and learning stuff. She's still learning. She's got most of the basics down. She's got like the running the shop part down. There's just a few animals that she's not fully knowledgeable on yet, but she's doing a really good job. So we're going to trust her to kind of take over the day-to-day shop chores and helping the customers and keeping it open and stuff for us while we're down there. And then we will like check in with her and come up to visit occasionally and stuff like that. But she's doing a really great job. We definitely couldn't do any of the stuff that we're wanting to do over the next few months to years without her help for sure.
And you still have Robbie there, correct? He's back?
Yes. Yeah. Robbie still loves coming up. He does work a full-time job elsewhere the rest of the week, but he actually switched his schedule to be off Friday, Saturdays because he enjoys being up here, and he's a huge help too. He's really knowledgeable about the animals, the frogs and the spiders especially. He keeps most of those. And he definitely is really good at helping the customers and answering questions and stuff like that.
What about
Oh wait. The Facebook user said I missed it. Where are you moving to? They're moving here to Bryan College Station.
Yeah. And then I'm sure Jake will be able to help. Your mom can help out usually. I mean, she's been up there before, right? Or John's mom.
Yeah,
yeah.
Go ahead.
They actually run their own store. But she helps occasionally with some of our stuff for sure.
We split orders and stuff like that too.
You have family close that's still there.
Yeah.
So, okay. So there's a good question on the chat. What I'm assuming animal have y'all had forever that isn't selling that surprises you? I can answer that one too.
Yeah. So a big thing that a lot of people really like, they just never really pull the trigger on, is carpet pythons.
That's exactly what I was going to say. 100%. 100%. I was going to say that.
Yeah. So I brought in I purchased a couple of adults that were supposed to be males. I transported them home in the same tote, and turns out whenever I opened up the tote, they were locked up and one was a female. So I went ahead and just kept her. She ended up producing 22 babies. And then I ended up with 21 of those that went strong, but it took me months to get rid of them. And I'm talking even at shows. I had them on Morph Market. I had them, and it took me months. Now, granted, they weren't anything special. They were just run-of-the-mill coastals. But yeah, carpets are probably the slowest moving thing that I don't understand.
I've got some really nice coastal babies. So you get me really, not babies, but youngers. And then I've got some, mid-sized juvenile like jungles, and then I've got a big jungle. And I don't think I've ever sold a carpet python out of the shop. I really don't.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's people that just don't understand, because we try to talk to people about them and try to explain to them. And the babies are a little nippy, but so are anything else. I mean, I've got a Honduran at the store that just tries to eat my entire hand. I mean, it's only like 6 inches long, but it's a crazy little Honduran. So yeah, that's one thing I think for both of us we've had an issue moving.
You finally sold a Chinese box turtle though. You had those since you.
Yeah, I sold one of the Asian box turtles. I actually sold that one, believe it or not. That was crazy. I actually sold some.
We had them for a year now.
Got those from Chris Drake. Yeah. Still have one left, but
I don't mind if it never sells. Though.
I
It's
know
so
they're
cute.
cool. They're cool. So,
And I think that's something that a lot of people don't think about in a shop setting is not only, I mean, the customers don't think about is, yeah, you have a purchase price for this animal, but then you're taking care of that animal for a year sometimes.
Yes.
And it's taking up a space where you could have, moved 10 leopard geckos in that same enclosure,
Right.
but you want to be different as a store. And so that separates you from the Petcos and PetSmarts, and not to talk bad about other companies, but but yeah,
we're among friends.
Kelly's face.
Guys like,
yeah, we could have put leopard geckos in that enclosure and sold 20 in the same year, but we want to be different. We want to have an animal give access to a customer that otherwise wouldn't have access to that animal, and so that makes a little bit of a difference. But
so, what are some of the trends that you've seen lately? I mean, and we can discuss retail and shows, because you guys see both both sides of that world. You see what the show, and then your prices are completely different. I guarantee you, my retail prices are much higher than anything you'll ever see at a show. But that's because it's overhead. It's overhead. So, and paid employees and things like that. But so yeah, what kind of trends have you guys seen lately? Have you seen some things that are trending up and trending down in both sides?
I mean, here in the shop, definitely see a lot more. Well, and I mentioned it earlier, but here recently, the leopard geckos tend to be moving more than we have in the past, especially the little bit well-started ones. And a lot of and it's kind of dying down now, but axolotls was a big one.
Yeah,
that's still huge for us
crazy.
right now.
Yeah, which we've actually started to trend down with those guys, but in the first 2 years we were open, we probably sold 10, 15 of them. But then once Minecraft had the update, I think it was like evil goats and axolotls they added at the same time. And once that we went through a month where I think we sold 45. And we try our best to vet people on that type of thing, especially axolotls. People, they come in, they want to get it because their kid sees it on the TV,
right.
but we explain there's no blue ones, you can't hold them, they're not glittery,
Right.
But
it's same with us.
Yeah,
but we're still on that upward trend. We're pretty average on that.
Yeah, but that's something that I definitely have seen a transition of, and then something that's really slowed down probably in our shop is probably the smaller clubrids, corns and that type of thing. And even I've noticed that at shows even. We have not been moving the smaller clubrids near like we used to. Even to the point now where this year we're even holding back pairing a lot of the corns and stuff. And our friend Larry that raises a lot of corns for us too, he's even held back pairing because he still has babies left over from last year. So
but we're seeing similar trends. Mammal sales are spiking for us. Guinea pigs and hedgehogs and sugar gliders and things like that. Ball pythons are always pretty steady, honestly. And then people want
frogs have gone up too.
Frogs have done, but we haven't actually sold any of the dumpies in a while. We have quite a lot of dumpies, but we used to sell a lot of those mantids. If I could sell every mantid, like mantids are selling like crazy. Some of the invert stuff is moving.
Inverts seem to be on the up, I think.
Yeah.
More and more people are being open to the idea of having them and that type of thing.
Especially because you start to kind of learn that you don't really want to handle them very much or anything like that. They're more of a set them up, feed them, leave them alone kind of thing. And I think that makes a lot more people comfortable with keeping them, where you don't have to actively mess with it consistently or anything like that.
Well, and we get people asking about the weird stuff. I mean, people want Ackies right now, and they're asking me, and I'm just like, I'm waiting. I'm waiting on the eggs. I'm waiting.
Have you ever found the eggs?
I'm not even gonna look yet. I'm gonna run a scope down there later this week. Tortoises pretty.
More Facebook users. So good seeing you all. Miss y'all so much. And then two of my absolute favorite couples in the reptile world together in one place. Love
I think
both of
that's
you so much.
probably Joe
Oh.
from Repticulture.
Who?
Is that Joe and Brittany?
Joe and Brittany?
Yeah.
Repticulture?
Hi, love you guys.
Um,
I
What do
hate the Facebook user.
I
thing.
know. What kind of questions do you have? You've been really quiet. You're
Oh.
thinking about work already. I know what
Yeah,
you're.
I'm sorry.
She's in her head. But yeah, ask them some questions.
I don't
We've
know.
known
Why
Callie
are you
and John
putting me on
forever.
the spot right now?
Huh? Always. Because it's our podcast. You need to talk to people.
Oh, I barely made it from the bedroom.
Yeah, she barely made it. Like seriously, she's been here most of the day, pretty much all day, working on spreadsheets and vendor layouts. And what's wrong?
Well, so I have a question.
He decided he was done talking to you guys.
Guess so.
So about obviously y'all are Grant Family Exotics, and we know you have the 3 kiddos. Tell us about how they are involved and how much more they want to be involved and which ones like it most, and just kind of that information.
That's kind of a hard question because really it just depends on the day.
Right. They're young.
We
so.
know.
Lily loves going to the shows, but nowadays it's more just to hang out with her friends. Like she's really close with Emily, Andy's daughter, and some of the other kids that she runs around with and stuff.
My daughter. Well, she was stuck up
Yeah.
Haley's butt.
Yeah.
She loves Hannah and Haley, and then Tracy's daughter Haley, and she loves
little
hanging
Haley.
out with all her reptile friends is what she calls them. So she really just goes to the shows for that nowadays. She doesn't even go to actually work or anything. Now I will say this last show that we were at, though, she actually did stay at the table quite a bit and was making her little rubber band bracelets and selling them at the table. So she did
made
pretty
some
good
money.
that weekend.
She did good in Slidell. Yeah, she did really well.
Violet, on the other hand, she loves holding the animals, but actually physically having to do the dirty work to take care of them is a completely different story.
Yeah,
right.
It's like that's just not part of her.
Sounds like me.
Yeah.
Violet's our little flower child, but she's a big bird girl. She really likes her birds. She has a dove and some parakeets, and
Cool.
but she really wants big birds, I think.
She's an alien child. She's an alien child.
Alien child. Yeah.
She came down from the stars just to say hello to everybody.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
I love all the birds.
Those two have switched with Uncle Sean. Though.
Oh, that was Suzanne, not Repticulture. Hi, Suzanne. Miss you.
Yeah. Lily is being a turd now to me, and Violet
likes you now.
Likes me.
Lily will always.
Henry always
loves
me. Henry loves me.
You'll never compete with me with Lily. Sorry, it's never happened.
Lily and I have been having some headbutting here recently. She has
7 going on 20.
Yeah, she is.
Come into the attitude that I know she gets from me, and it's not been going well.
You'll get past it. It'll be fine.
And John's just
and
like.
Then Henry is just a mama's boy 100%. So anything I'm doing, he's doing, and he's just along for the ride wherever mama's going.
Yeah. Henry's funny.
Because he's 4 now, right? Gosh.
Really
he just turned 4 in March.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. All right, so some other things. Robert and Rachel are up on the TV. Okay, great. Hi, Zach. Zach's done pooping, apparently.
Yeah.
I can't wait to meet you in person. I'm so excited. I don't know
who is that. Who just said, I can't wait to meet you in person? I'm so excited.
And if they want to meet us, that's kind of crazy. Hopefully it's you guys.
Probably no, I think it's y'all. It's about y'all.
Yeah. And so the show's me.
It says Facebook user.
Gotta be a smart ass.
Oh, Forever Creations. Okay, in Lake Charles.
Okay, you're showing up as Facebook user. Sorry.
Awesome. Yay. They're gonna have been first time with us in Lake Charles.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
we're excited about coming back to Lake Charles.
We're excited to go back to Lake Charles.
Oh gosh, I can't wait.
Yeah, it was such a
not just because of the casino.
Okay, so Lee and Amanda ask, what are you gonna do for work when y'all move?
Good question.
Well, we have some ideas. I might go work for like another pet store or something.
Where at? In Bryan?
Pet shop
Huh.
Yeah, I heard there's this really cool one in Bryan that more employees. So
yeah,
gotcha.
Now Callie's gonna be working at the shop some until she figures out what she wants to do.
Until I get fired for having art.
No.
Get those 1-star reviews.
I already have Kaylin there, so between you guys, yeah, Kaylin's got it too.
But yeah, I guess she's going to be working with Sean, for Sean. And then my family, I actually have quite a bit of family down in the area. We have a bunch of friends too, but My uncle owns a cabinet woodworking business, and I'm actually going to go and learn that trade with him when we get down there. It's something that I always like adding things to the repertoire, I guess you could say. And so I think it'll be real neat to experience some of that stuff. So that's where we're going to start, and then we'll kind of see how it goes from there. I've noticed that the herp shop doesn't really carry birds much. And my uncle's a big bird guy, and I'm a big bird guy, so that might be in the future somewhere. But Callie doesn't like birds.
I won't be there, so
I
it's
don't like
fine.
birds.
You can do that.
Okay, so
Callie likes ducks.
There is one bird.
Ducks are cool. I'm cool with them because they don't fly.
There's one bird that I only want to get just to fuck with my employees.
I thought you were going to say with my wife.
No.
Because I am terrified.
No, that's every bird.
A little sparrow in the room. I jumped on the bed.
I used to piss Andy Maddox off by going into Pets of Plenty and going at his kookaburra. And his kookaburra would start fucking going crazy. Yeah. So that's the only bird I think I would have in the shop would be a kookaburra. Just to jack with everybody there.
I got to.
But if you had someone that liked birds, that wanted to do it, then there you go.
Well, no.
But got to see Ari's the hyacinth.
Oh, Perry. Yeah, I love Perry.
And
he's pretty cool looking, but
just makes me happy.
Have you guys have never been to Ari's place?
We haven't been out there, no.
Oh my Lord, it's so unbelievable. Like, it's better than any zoo I've ever been to. It's amazing. And Perry, you've seen pictures of the big aviary thing.
The big monster.
That's a room that you walk into their back door. Like, that's in their house. That's
their
crazy.
House and they're set up. Oh my gosh.
But Perry comes down and chooses one person from a group, and
it was Hannah.
It chose Hannah. And Perry loved on Hannah the entire time we were down there. It was hilarious. And Hannah was just like, because Hannah wanted to go into ornithology at one point. She loves birds.
Yeah.
But I don't know if she's my kid. She likes birds and cats. I like other people's cats, but I don't. Yeah, but her favorite's the dog, and Nugget's hers. But
Dawn and Callie are the best. So knowledgeable and friendly. We'll go above and beyond to help out. Can't wait till the next Herp show in Shawnee, our favorite show in Oklahoma.
That's Robert Robbins.
Nice.
Oh, there we go. Awesome.
Thank you, Robert.
Helena said hi. See you Friday.
Hi, good wife. See you Friday.
And then there's somebody saying there's a trick to fix in the Facebook user issue. Ask James or Robert. I think they have to register from their Facebook or something, and their name shows up as Facebook user. So you didn't do it right.
No, that person saying that we have to do something on our setting to make people not show
the
Facebook.
person who is.
No,
I think you have to give your
They're
permission.
saying there's a trick to fixing it. Ask James or Robert.
Each person has to do it, register, and give their permission. Not us.
No, I think
so. All right, so shows. Let's talk about shows.
Yes.
You guys have been vending shows with us for a while. You've seen some ups and downs. Yes, you can come on your computer, but it reverts itself. And you guys have grown. I mean, 1 table to 2 table to 4 tables, and you've made some really good friends and close friends with people. You've expanded. You're not just doing one thing, and everybody knows if you see Poppy at the show or me behind the table playing with Poppy,
and her getting your lip.
All the time, at least once a show. It's been a while, but then she got me right inside my nose at Slidell, like right inside my nose, bled like forever. But I love Poppy to death. But so what do you guys see coming up for shows? Like, what do you, so here's a question. How do you guys adapt and change for every show? You go back and look at your numbers and what sells and what doesn't and works at each shows. So how do you prepare for a show like that?
So, JT is actually really good at remembering like what sells well in what town. I no idea how he has that memory, but can't remember what I tell him we have plans for in the following weekend, but he does. He remembers really well like what sells good in what town. And so we just kind of adjust that after we've done a certain show like 1 or 2 times. We can kind of gauge what we want to bring to each show. For instance, Slidell, we brought more smaller things like our frogs and stuff like that because we usually sell more of the like deli cupped items rather than like the larger snakes and stuff.
Yeah, that's and something that I've always done. For instance, like this year at any show, we really haven't had a bad show per se, which bad, of course, is a matter of opinion. You know, what's good to one person is terrible to another. But as far as monetary wise, with what we do, I always say that you can come to my table with $10, and I've got something that you can take home. You can come to my table with $500. I'm froze, I think. Oh,
Are you?
No.
nope, there you go. All right, you can come to my show with to my table with $500, and I've got something I can send with you.
His brain shut off for a second.
Yeah, there you go. So that's a big thing that we kind of say is, no matter what, we've got something that we can send home with you. But another big thing that when we show up and you guys have our Grant Family Exotics paper on the table with 2 chairs in parentheses, we take those chairs and we push them away. We're up, we interact.
So don't put the chairs there anymore.
No, you don't have to.
I'm just kidding.
No, leave them there because I'll go sit there.
I know you will.
Yeah, there you go.
Sean comes and sits behind our
I'll
table.
come sit.
But that's a big thing as far as adjustments too, which we get that from being at the store. The store has been our life, and so.
And that's something else, though, to mention of why you're successful at the shows, because you're not sitting down on your phone, you're interacting.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem going up to somebody anymore. And if there are certain vendors that still vend our shows, and I don't give a shit, they will be on their phones. There are 10 people standing in front of their table, and they won't even look up. And those are the people that come and complain to me. No, all shows are going to be home runs, but that pisses me off, and I'm not.
And it doesn't
done.
mean that they would definitely sell something if not, but there's a much better chance if you're engaging with the customer.
Right, exactly. And you don't even, it's not like you have to stand the whole time. I mean, there are older vendors who can't stand that entire weekend, and there are people who, you don't have to
call us old and shit.
If you're sitting behind your table and you're engaging conversation with the people who come up to your table, you're going to be more likely to sell something to them because they feel welcome at your table. So it still comes, you have to put effort into it still, even though you've set up a table and you have a table at a show. That doesn't just mean that somebody's going to automatically buy something off your table.
Going forward, as to where if somebody comes up to me and says that the show is slow, and I catch them, because I'm walking around the show like buzzing all the time, right? And I see customers at their table and they're on their phone, I'm going to call them out. I don't care who you are. Really don't give a shit anymore. Because I'm tired of hearing it at the end of the show. Or they won't tell me. They'll go to another, it was slow, I didn't do shit. But you're on your phone every time I walk by your table. Well, it's not, sell them worth market later. Whatever. If you're selling, I get it. I understand that 100%. But every single time, it's always the same people, too. It's always the same people.
Well, and to me, too,
she's not old.
Go ahead.
Amanda said she's old, and I'm like, really? They're like so much younger than me. I'm the
my
oldest
thing
person
too
ever.
About shows is, it's a roller coaster. It's a business. There's ups, there's downs, and I always say, if you want to be there for the highs, you got to be there for the lows. And so, and you can't just base off of one thing. Just because you did bad at Lake Charles last time doesn't mean the next show you're going to do bad at Lake Charles. And I think people automatically assume that, I did terrible at this show, I'm never doing it again.
Yes, a lot of people do that.
They
don't give it a chance.
Right. Yeah. That's definitely something that we've learned too, is you have to do a show at least 2 times. I would recommend doing it 2 to 3 times to seriously know if you're going to have right stuff, or like adjust your things that you're selling, or especially the amount of things or whatever for that stuff. But
if there's a new market, like we're dealing with Waco, it's a brand new show. Horrible show the first time, way better crowd the second time, but it's like a new show. And there's people that are bailing saying, I don't make any money. Well, what's going to happen is that show is going to turn into a really good show. It may take 3 or 4 shows.
Look at Longview.
Look what Longview did
for Longview.
But they're not going to be able to get back into the show because they're going to have
because then you're going to start getting a waiting list for it, and
then they're going to be mad.
Yeah.
And it happens every time. I mean,
it happens every single show. We have the same thing.
But that's just I guess it's the difference of non-business minded people. They automatically think that the numbers aren't there, and so they need to leave. But you got to fight through it. My family, like I said earlier, my parents opened the store when I was 10. So they're coming up on 20 years that they've been open. Wow. And my mom and dad still work full-time jobs outside of the pet store.
Yeah, I know. You told me that. And I was like, what the shit?
My mom's a school teacher, and then my dad is a caregiver for people with disabilities. But I mean, they fight, they scrounge, and some days they're eating steak and some days they're eating ramen, and it's literally different from day to day. But that's just part of the life of
it is.
If this is something you love, obviously, whenever you stick around for 20 years, if you don't love it, then you're not going to be doing it. So
Yeah, exactly. I actually had a talk with my employees at the shop today, kind of what she told us at Slidell, what Sherry said. The reason that my employees want to stay there, because I can't fire my employees would
because
fire me.
I have frustrations with just owning a shop too, and it's new. But I'm like, his employees, they have the passion, or the ones that work and stay have the passion for the animals. So it's like it's not just a job; it's about the animals.
Yeah.
Well, I'm running, a bar and food. Like people,
People are
they're
there to
coming
pay
there
their
to get their
bills.
money, get their tips, do their thing.
Yeah.
So it's a very different thing. It's not the same at all. So
Yeah.
that kind of made perspective for me too.
Why are you leaning in, Callie?
I'm reading the comments.
Oh, okay.
and I don't.
Somebody
I don't
said
have to lean
wave.
in because I
Wave.
have glasses.
Yeah.
I did
Lori
too.
has her glasses on too.
Yeah.
But we are
Because
using my iPhone 7 right now.
It's
So
very small.
Hey, Windows 7 is gone.
I don't want to talk about that right now. I'm not kidding.
She's having a moment.
You have things to fix, so we've already almost killed each other.
We've already
once
talked
today.
about it just because I don't
Yeah,
have
but
the
it was
password.
not live. It was with them.
Oh, Jesus.
But yeah, and then back to shows. We do the herp shows, and then when we move, we'll be able to do all of them without fail, because the longest one will only be like 6.5 hours.
Yeah,
So
what
you're
did you,
saying put me back on Corpus, Lori.
how
Put
many
me back.
hours? Actually, yeah, if they move here, it's only 4 hours. How many hours did you say it was going to cut off your driving?
To move to this area.
So overall, if we do the same amount of shows that we did in 2022, it's going to cut off 110 hours of driving. That's just drive time. That's nothing else.
That's crazy.
So yeah, that's
it's a lot of money
2.5
in saving
weeks.
gas. And
I mean, honestly,
yeah.
moving to this area helped us in that respect.
Yeah,
as well,
everybody
too.
fucking moved to Bryan College Station. I
And-
can't hire all of you, but I mean,
It's a great
like the center
central
of Texas.
location
Yeah, it's great.
for a
That's
lot of
what's-
things.
It really
Honestly,
is
is one of the decisions that we made when the girls said they wanted to go to A&M was like, it's right in the middle of everything for us.
And
So,
even now that they're not going to go to A&M, I don't care. I like it. I went to A&M.
I'm not
so
going
I'm
anywhere.
saying-
I mean, we have businesses here now. Shit, we're invested now.
I know. We're part of the community.
Actually, tomorrow we're going to do a coffee breakfast. Right? What is it called?
Oh, it's early.
We're
That's all it is.
hosting a
It's early.
coffee, a early morning coffee at 8:00 in the morning at Lori's shop for the local downtown area business.
That's why
owners.
it's a solo cup with water tonight.
Yeah, she's not
instead of
drinking wine.
Tracy said we should use the iPad.
Yeah, where's your iPad, Callie?
Yeah, it's over there.
You're good.
Jessica's son Lucius killed the battery by watching. What is it, Rachel?
Miss Rachel.
Rachel on YouTube today.
Lucius was at the store all day today with Jess, and so he watches videos a lot of the time. But
How old is he now?
he just turned
He's
Yeah.
a
one.
little over one. He was
Just
one
one.
in January, and so Suzanne's
Old as
Sappy.
shit.
Yeah, they're
I
right.
still haven't gotten him to say Aunt KK yet, but it'll happen.
It'll happen.
So okay, let's see. What do you want to go? What do you want to talk about now? Like we got to talk to them about. So okay, what? I know what your favorite animal is, Callie. It's Poppy.
Do you?
No.
I don't think anybody knows that.
What's John's favorite animal?
So mine is.
It's gonna be a bird.
No.
Oh,
Okay,
I do
the
like
last
birds.
face
It was the
confuser.
bird.
No, it does not say it's me, whoever that is. Last face confuser.
My favorite animals are the tortoises. Well, water turtles and tortoises.
Mhm.
I've always said that something about getting home. I can get home at midnight and I can go out in the cicada pen and I can sit down and hit the ground a couple of times. And even if they're dead asleep in their corners, they'll wake up, they'll come say hi to me, and then they'll go back to their corner. But just something about the tortoises. I've told her, I said I would get rid of everything if I could have just a herd of 150 cicadas that I just take care of and retire my days with that many tortoises. That would be my
I
go-to.
love.
Yeah, we are definitely turtle/tortoise lovers. Like they're
Yeah,
just
too.
also personable. Like even the aquatic ones, and
Yeah.
they're fun.
I like all those and chinchillas, and there we have it.
Yeah,
I know
we-
you like the chinchillas.
yeah, but tortoises, like Lori grew up catching box turtles in Missouri and
Yeah.
stuff, and
I've
Yeah,
had 'em
so
ever since I was a little
turtles and
kid.
tortoises
Turtles
are
and
one of her,
tortoises are
and they're
my
both
thing.
of our huge
I love
things,
them.
and we're lucky enough to have some really cool species. And
My
like
Aldabras are
Kona-
getting huge.
yeah, the little Aldabras I got for
Like-
Valentine's are getting they're getting
Yeah, that was in
Yeah.
Longview.
Yep.
that was in Longview. They're getting growth spurts.
Yep.
But mine is the Varanids. I'm so hung up on them. It used to be geckos and all
Yeah.
kinds of other stuff, but the monitor species. Oh, and if anybody ever wants to like understand why you shouldn't own a peach throat monitor if you can't, like, you should have seen the video of me moving it from the enclosure today. It took
I
4
didn't
of
see
us.
it.
I can't. Hold on.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh, I
I
see.
see.
That-
Other way. Yeah.
Other way.
Yeah,
Other way.
that's from a black roughneck today.
Yeah.
Pulling it out of the bag, and it was not happy.
Yeah, no, he is actually really cool, and he'll come to you. But today he was just piss and vinegar, and it took me 5 or 10 minutes to get him caught with gloves this time because I learned my lesson the last time. He's
I'm
about a
surprised you
3
did
foot
that.
long monitor, and he tail whipped the shit out of me though. He got me across the arm, but we got him into a new bigger enclosure and some height and bigger water dish, and got him moved over and everything.
Here's
so.
something that we got in that.
Oh, that's a cool Mata.
Oh, I love
big
those.
one.
They're
That's a pretty
so
good
cool.
size one too.
Yeah.
They're so cool. So weird looking. Those and
They're
like
aliens.
pancake tortoises. I love pancake tortoises.
Yeah,
They're so cute,
I
the
haven't
flat
seen any
ones.
pancake tortoises
And
around.
forever.
I know. I don't know if Michaela's still breeding
Somebody
them.
needs to bring some to me.
I see a few people here and there.
I'll
produce
say
them,
they're
but I'd
for
love-
the shop, and then they'll be not for sale. How about that?
Well,
That's what I-
the problem with
the
pancakes
shit
is they're
for
not,
me.
they're not very prolific, and so
yeah,
you know
No.
you've got 3 babies every 3 years out of an adult, you know, and it just, and that sucks, but that's just kind of why they're not everywhere, which in a sense is a good thing too.
It's a good thing, yeah.
You know,
it really
you
is
get-
because I have sulcata eggs like about to hatch any day, and I'm
you
like,
keep saying that. When's the
we
day?
candled them today. There's only like 3 that are infertile out of 21.
There's 3.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
They're not fertile at all. They're clear all the way through.
Well, and
What
Todd
about
Becker
these?
actually taught me this about the cicadas: is all tortoises really in general. Don't throw them away until they are rotted.
yeah. When we did that with
Just-
geckos, same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Jerry Moda or something like that? He has some galops, and he had a galop that was hatched 6 months after its siblings.
Oh wow.
108. It was 171 days later, and
We're
he has
at
a
a-
picture of them next to each other, and one's like literally 3 times the size of the other one. But
We're
they're
Just
siblings.
kept growing in the egg.
We're at
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not ready.
100. We're at 102 or 3 days right now.
Yeah, most of my cicadas, I've had 105 to I think 130 was the range that I've had cicadas babies before. But
Well, I want to breed Kono, but so
Yeah.
we might have a situation with Kono.
Right.
We talked to someone, or where we say that at?
About
What
how
is
big
she
she
doing?
is.
What's Callie doing?
I was trying.
she's
You're
playing the
nudging me.
podcast.
Why are you playing the podcast? We're
I'm
getting
trying to
feedback,
read the
Callie.
comments because on my phone it says who commented what. So I was trying
Turn
to
your-
read the comments as
turn the-
who they were.
Turn the volume down on your phone.
I was trying. He kept nudging me.
We saw a show. It was one of the zoo shows that was talking about their 20 or 36-year-old.
Yeah, Kona's really big. I'm hoping
Yeah.
she's not a key.
Kona is a lot bigger than an average female at her age.
Yeah,
So he told me she was scoped, but I'm
Yeah.
having second thoughts. I'm actually going to get some pictures and send over to Tim, and see what Tim says. Tim Bailey.
Yeah.
He's really good at identifying them just from visual clues.
Yeah.
But because she's
Massive.
like hasn't stopped. Like she's growing bigger every
yeah.
time I see her.
Well, I will say with JJ, who you got her from,
Yeah.
he probably, in my guess, probably fed 10 times more than what any zoo would feed or
Yeah,
any
gotcha.
before, so-
Okay. Then
Well,
that
I
might
mean,
explain it
and
too.
honestly, for her, I say her because that's what he said she was.
Yeah.
She's you've seen her pen. It's wildflowers and grasses
Mhm.
and haze. It's natural grazing, but we substitute with some leafy greens, and we don't even do sweet potato as much anymore.
She loved that sweet potato when we had her.
Love sweet potato.
we do
love
need
sweet
to bring
potato.
her some.
We do every once in a while. We give her as a treat, but I mean, she's got so much area to graze in that
I know.
she's very healthy weight, like for the size she is. I think but
Mhm.
she's solid, but yeah,
You got off tangent.
we were talking about tortoises, and I love
know.
tortoises and stuff. So. But
Well, and Kona's just awesome. So
she's amazing. Yeah, she's great. Now she was pissed off the past few days because the temperatures got down in the 40s and raining again all of a sudden, just for like 2 fucking days. While it was during that storm.
In
We
New
were in New
Orleans,
Orleans, it's 80s, and it was like 50 here, and so she had to go in her barn for a couple more days. But
She back out?
she's out. Yeah, she's out now.
Well, and that's one of the things that I'm excited for when we move is, so here in the Tulsa area in northern Oklahoma, I typically tell people I get 6 months outside, 3 months inside, outside, and 3 months inside. And so
outside, yeah.
my tortoises don't like it because they are cooped up in a heated barn for 3 months out of the year. And so so once we move, I think it'll open up to where they'll have a lot more outside time. And because this last year I didn't get any eggs because they didn't have any stability, because we were in and out. They never got settled outside. So I'm excited for that part to actually start being able to let them get settled and have some baby cicadas running around again. So
yeah, I need to go. We have I need to go check that.
You should do that.
I think she laid again. I got to go check and see if she buried some more eggs. We were away, but I haven't checked them yet. So what's the future hold for Grant Family, and what are you guys expecting to do? I mean, we've kind of talked about, you guys are moving and everything, but Callie's not going to work at the shop forever. You're going to be doing more shows. I just know Callie has other plans.
I know.
Like she had her boutique there. I mean, that'd be really cool. Like, something different like that. So, I mean, what are you guys' plans right now? After let's say you're living in Bryan, College Station next week. Where do you see your growth coming from, and what do you want to see happen?
I mean, for the most part right now, I think we just kind of needed a change of scenery, is why we've decided to kind of move. And then, like we said, we both kind of have jobs that are lined up that we're excited about. Even with my knowledge base on reptiles already, I'm sure I'll still get to be able to learn a lot more by working at your shop, compared to just my own. And JT's excited about learning a different hobby, a different trade. And
Tracy
after that, though, I think we're just kind of along for the ride for a little while until we decide something else.
Tracy said Callie and I have plans. That's what
Callie,
Tracy just said.
Tracy and Laura have plans.
I know mini cows and shit everywhere.
I think we have plans to breed mini cows. And
I heard about mini cows.
Harvest a bunch of dead things and stuff.
What's funny is Greg and Chris aren't on board with those plans, but I couldn't.
No, they're not. No. Greg's
I've learned a long time ago.
I think Greg might be more so than Chris.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he was about to kill Pixie for Laura's birthday party.
That's true.
Pixie got in the bedroom, and Laura was drunk, and Lori were singing karaoke, and all I could hear was Greg yelling, "Get this fucking fox out of my fucking bedroom!" And he's running around trying. And Pixie's of course hiding. Right? Yeah, the Finnick. Yeah, sorry, Finnick fox. And Pixie's just bouncing around, escaping him. She was having a great time. Pixie was having a fucking blast. Greg was about to lose his shit. He wanted to go to bed.
He was fine.
No, it pooped on the bed. Yeah. Just on Greg's side, I think.
Yeah, on Greg's side.
Yeah.
Well, Craig was yelling at it, so.
Yeah.
Oh, and Pixie hates Chris Duncan. Hates Chris Duncan. So, let's see. Callie, you're much cuter than me on camera.
Brittany.
LOL, no mini cows. I wonder who the hell that
Chris
is.
Duncan.
That's got to be Chris.
That's probably Chris.
Chris, you have no fucking say in this at all. I'm sorry to tell you, bud.
Hi,
happening.
Chris. Sorry, the cows will be on my property. Then it's fine.
Yeah, you're fucked, dude. I swear. And dead things box in my backyard. Who was that?
Laura. That's probably Laura.
Greg is less on board for cows than Chris is.
Wow.
And there's the middle finger. That's 100% Chris Duncan.
Yeah.
But then going back to the question about what's in the future too, as far as animals go, something that we've always had to kind of do here, and we've had to, if we wanted animals, we really had to breed them in order to keep them and that type of thing, in order for them to try to pay for themselves. But I think what we both would really like in the future, in near future even, is to have animals just because we want them. Have a big female retic just because I want a big female. I don't want to have to breed or anything like that. So a lot more ones instead of pairs.
Gotcha.
Or just like 20 more Cotamundes. And
Okay, so I love that
An
that
entire
thought
thing.
process, having ones instead of pairs. But John Grant, I'm telling you, it does not fucking work that way.
For you, it doesn't.
Well, we're to the point where if I want to get an animal, we can get an animal, right? Like we have the space now.
So
the
I
shop.
can get another weenie dog from Natasha.
No, that's a dog. We're not talking about that. We're talking about reptiles.
The little
Dogs
black
are alive.
weenie
But
dog,
but if I
like
get it, if
Johnny,
I
but
get
it's
like I
tiny.
already have this peach throat, and the peach throat is a big peach throat for sale, and I'm like, ooh, I wonder if Mike Stefani can help
Oh
me
no,
get a
Sean,
female
no,
so I can make peach
No.
throat babies.
no,
Yes.
no.
I mean, it's for sale, but if it doesn't sell, I might as well use it. That's
No.
my mentality now with the,
Yeah,
having the
yeah.
shop. You know, I'm like, okay, well, now
They're
I gotta
talking
have
about at home, not at the
to-
shop.
I have leechies. They're about to be paired.
Sean,
My leechies are about to be paired.
You're
It's
sitting
a
right next
weenie
to
dog.
Leeches, aren't you?
somebody said
Yeah,
yes,
one
weenie
of them, the
dog.
female.
Who's
yeah.
that? Who said
I don't
yes,
care.
weenie
They're
dog?
wrong. You're not getting a weenie dog. But yeah, that's I get that mentality though. It's like having something cool that you want as a personal animal, like the blackhead python. But again, I'm already talking to Jim Sargent about finding. Turn your volume off. About finding a female exanthic blackhead to pair him with.
Yeah.
You know, because he's not for sale. He's a shop pet. You know, but I
Please
mean,
don't get me more mad at you than I already was earlier. Thanks.
you'd be mad
Oh,
at me
yeah,
if I was produced a
Amber
litter of
said
like $3,000 to
yes to weenie
$5,000
dogs. Thanks,
snakes.
Amber.
Like, why would you be mad at me?
You would,
You would be
but
mad
the
at me?
dog would like him more.
What?
That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
problem. I'm talking
That's
to
the
Amber
problem.
about it.
The dog would like me more, or the girls, and Lori wouldn't see her, and we just have another dog. We have 5 dogs. We have 4-inch bulldogs and a weenie dog.
Sean, somebody said that they give you their wiener dog.
I think they didn't mean to add the dog.
I
on
meant.
it.
I think they said wiener. I don't know who was that.
Chris Duncan can show
Was
us
it Chris
his.
Duncan?
We've
He has
already
a
seen
wiener.
his wiener.
He has a wiener dog.
Yeah, and
Right?
someone got a handful of that wiener, his real one.
Robert Prevet.
Robert Privet. So I know you guys are excited about moving down here. For people who don't know or just tuned in, Callie and John are moving to the Bryan College Station area.
If you choose
Um,
excited, that's the word.
Callie is too. She's like, whenever, and I lucked on this little listing for a house that I sent them, and Lori and I looked at it for them, and they're in the process. They've applied their verified income and all that crap. I don't go too much business, but hopefully we're gonna know something in the next few days or so.
Yep.
And I'm sure they'll announce it, but it's like 20 minutes. It's like 20 minutes from our house, like back roads.
Yeah.
If it's closer to College Station, but
It's like 18 minutes from your shop.
yeah, it's like right dead center. It's like
But it's on a dirt
three-
road.
Dirt road, no
Perfect.
neighbors, 3 acres.
Yeah.
But then, like right down there is like a little like gas station.
oh,
all
there's
kinds of stuff so
also
close.
down the
Oh,
road
there's
there.
a food truck.
I don't care about the food truck.
No,
Down the other way,
I
if you
care
go-
about the food truck.
and there is
Yeah,
a food
there's
truck.
This little food truck, like right.
But
walking
there's
distance.
a creek that goes on the back side of the property that you can go down, and it's dirt road bridges, and that road dead ends. And there's a feeder off the Brazos, so we can go look for arrowheads and herb
Yep.
and all kinds of
There
stuff.
you go.
And turtles.
And turtles.
Ooh,
yeah.
turtles.
See,
Like
now
turtles.
you're okay. Now you're
Like
okay with
turtles.
turtles. But no, we've known you guys for a long time. We love you guys like family. Like we pretty much, like Lori is like I adopted you. We adopted you guys like
Adopted 'em.
immediately into the family.
Except I don't let Lily call me Grandma Lori. She still just calls me Auntie Lori or something. Even though Callie calls me Aunt, it's weird. But I just don't want to be Grandma.
So Lori and I,
Oh,
we aren't planning on having any grandchildren anytime soon.
God no.
But
God no.
did we ever decide on names? I said you should be Gmaw.
I am not going to be Gmaw.
Gmaw and G-Paw.
I will be Grandma Lori, and that's how it's going to be.
That's
I'm not going to be a Meemaw or
That's
a
because
Gmaaw or
Missouri. In
something.
Missouri, everybody was
It's
grandma.
Missouri, and my dad said it
grandma.
Missouri.
I
Missouri.
think all your grandkids are gonna have to call Sean Shawnee.
Yes,
Yeah.
Grandpa Shawnee.
Grandpa Shawnee.
G-Paw.
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 So
I'm
weird.
G-Paw.
All right.
So her dad,
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
dad, whenever
About to say
Lily was born, he said, "I'm too young to be a grandpa, so I'm gonna be Grand Doug."
Granddad.
Granddad. That's awesome.
Grand
So,
Shawnee.
our kids didn't completely adhere to that. It turned into Dado.
No way. Oh,
So my dad is known as Dado
hmm.
because that's all they could say.
The girls called
My name with Haley was Geo, and Hannah was Logie. So now I just call Logie. all the time.
Logie.
They still
Everybody
call me
calls her
Logie.
Logie.
Yeah.
Grandma
I don't know
Logie.
where- I don't know where
the
Geo
fuck
came
Geo
from.
came
Like
from.
Haley just couldn't do it. Wasn't even close. So she was the slow child.
Whatever. You talking about Haley?
Yeah.
No, she didn't hear you, did she?
Yeah, no, I was trying to make sure she heard me, but it's not as funny
She
as
didn't
she
hear you.
doesn't.
Where are y'all from? I'm due here. Who? John Kelly
Or us.
or us? Doesn't matter. Johnny
Well, we're
Kelly.
from
Yeah.
Oklahoma, Tulsa area. That's where
And
we're born in. Well, actually, she was born in Texas, but
Oh no, shit. That makes a lot of sense. Air high five. Give me air high five.
Wait. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
so
You were born in Missouri.
Missouri.
John, you're an Okie. You're just an Okie, right?
You're
yep,
just an Okie.
Just an Okie.
yep.
I'm
Yeah,
from
I actually-
like South Texas area, like Liberty.
It's
Dixie.
actually
Well,
kind of
almost
funny that I was born in Texas because my parents, well, my mom, whenever she was pregnant with me, actually lived in Oklahoma, but my dad was in the Army. And so he was actually stationed down by Fort Worth, and she was
Gotcha.
visiting my dad and then went into labor in Texas.
Ah.
So
That's where they took the aliens after
But-
Roswell. Was to
but
the
then
airport. No,
my
for
mom ended
real.
up having to move down there.
So
That's-
then maybe then she got a little bit of alien, and that's what happened to Violet.
That's what happened to Violet. That makes a lot of sense. So the alien
It's
crash,
passed
the
down
Roswell
through
shit.
Cali,
Evidently,
but-
all that stuff went to Fort Worth.
and
That's where
Violet's the only
that's
child that
based.
was got it. She's a carrier.
She's a
but yeah,
carrier.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Kelly's the
She's
carrier
het
of the
alien.
she's had alien.
Yes, Kelly's het alien. And yeah.
What cool stuff do you have in the shop right now? And what are you guys bringing to the next show? Something really cool.
So it kind of in the shop it kind of right now it's kind of a weird spot because like she said we're training Jessica. So there's some things that she's not 100% comfortable with still, which that'll come with time. But so we're not carrying a lot of fresh import stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing that's going to be
ETBs.
like real aggressive or real hard to get eating or anything like that yet.
That's something that
Smart.
she'll get with time. But in the shop, I mean, like right now, like, we do have a couple, Halmahara blue tongues and stuff like that.
We
Nothing
just got
super crazy.
some dart frogs in.
We
You've got
did,
falsies.
yeah, we did get some dart frogs. I have a couple false water cobras.
Cool.
We have a show this weekend. We have Lone Star in Amarillo.
Yeah.
So
Oh, we have this.
not to plug another show, but
Oh no,
Oh,
it's,
plug
that's
them all the
perfectly
time.
fine. You know how
Love
we,
Malia
you know how
Notice.
we feel about Malia
Yeah,
Notice.
absolutely.
We can share that 100%. You know how we.
yeah, I
feel
do
about
have
them.
that long-term Spilotes, the tiger rat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
I thought that would have
you
moved
saw-
in Slidell.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
just didn't. But a lot of people really enjoy her in the shop, and that's one that she was long term already, so I feel fine with her in the shop. But yeah, we're kind of a small store. I'll kind of see if I can, we're not super big, pretty. I'm trying to not make it too crazy, but
Yeah, it looks good.
yeah, little shotgun store. But anyways, but yeah, we have a lot for what the space we have, I guess is one way to say it.
100%. Yeah, it looks great.
I've got 65 enclosures and we're under 500 square feet. So,
Yeah.
but
Doing
I
a
still
good
have
job.
people come in and say, "Man, is this all you have?"
Yeah, I
And
know.
you're like, yeah.
You're like, wow. So you guys are
And
actually
that's
doing.
new.
you're-
And Cajun Hog knows that's the new vendor.
That's a new
that I was
vendor?
talking to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
So
you guys are.
and then Amanda, no, you might be an alien. We can check.
Sydney
James
might
Lewis.
be. Her daughter might be. She
No,
might
no,
be.
no.
She might be head alien
Maybe
too.
Amanda's the carrier.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
scary.
could be.
They have some cool acrylic cages. Yeah. So you guys are doing Amarillo this weekend. That's Lone Star Reptile Expos. If
Mhm.
you guys don't know about that, go check out Lone Star Reptile Expos. That's Malia and Otis. You see them at most of our shows vending frozen and live feeders. We've known Malia and Otis for a long time. Love them.
First shows we've ever been.
First
we
show-
ever been did.
Yeah, some of the first shows we ever vended, and I remember when it was like the size of this room we're in.
Yeah, it was tiny back then.
like one row of tables down
Yeah.
the middle of the room. But yeah, check out
You guys
their
are
shows. Yeah,
we
we
are.
are.
Especially me.
We used to do those shows up in Oklahoma at the Biltmore.
I
Was
think
that?
once I
correct?
turned
I think it was
29,
Jim. It was Jim Burns' old show.
Oh god.
Oh,
Way
yeah.
before. Oh yeah, way
Haven't heard
before
that
we
name in a
knew.
little bit.
Why are you doing that?
Yeah, well, I mean, people know. We did.
We didn't know at the
before we.
time.
Well, nobody knew it was that bad at that point. Jim. That's where we met. That's when we started getting into geckos. We met Kelly Hammock from Hiss, and then Brian Jett, and then we found out that they lived fucking near us. So
we
the
drove to
DFW,
Oklahoma
we
to
drove
go
to
to a
Oklahoma to
show.
go buy geckos.
Yeah, what's funny too is how close we were for overlapping with you guys as far as the Central Kansas show with Robert and Brunetta.
Uh-huh.
The last show that you guys did, the very next show 6 months later was our first show that we did with them.
Oh, really?
And so
I
we were
love them.
literally that close from overlapping and meeting
That's
each other.
funny.
But
They just made a post too. They didn't, they sold the building that show was in, so they don't have an April show, but they're working on a December show. So hopefully they can get that together. Another great show. We love Robert and Burnetta with Central Kansas Expo. They're great people. So they're always a good one to support. But yeah, you guys should. I hope y'all do well this weekend in Amarillo. I know Malia always stresses about shows, but I think she's been doing a lot of advertising. So hopefully y'all have a good turnout and
good time of year for sure.
Yeah, good time of year.
We're working with Robert this weekend. He wasn't able to make that trip from Houston to Amarillo because it's a pretty long drive. But we've got some plastic that we're gonna bring for him.
Okay, cool.
Since it's only 5 hours to Amarillo from here for us, so it's not that's a quick little jog over and back.
So yes, add them back to Corpus.
Yeah, I will.
I know.
Oh, I will. Yeah.
God, I love that show so much.
And then, like James said, just to make a little plug again for us, but another thing we're kind of venturing into is it's called Ectotherm Designs. We're doing a little acrylic cages. You can grab one.
God, I should have put that up. I needed to add that.
Yeah, you're fine. So like this is our little jumping spider enclosure.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
There it is. But we're using 1/4-inch acrylic instead of the flimsy stuff.
And if you're close to our shop in Bryan, Texas, we have those in stock.
Yep. And that's one thing that's kind of a new business adventure as we're doing in the middle of moving, in the middle of everything else. We've like to try to make sure our plate's really empty.
Yeah, that's what we just feel like.
We do. We just keep piling.
And then I have breakdown, and then I decide something else I want to do, and then I have another breakdown. That's about
pretty much.
Yeah. Just add it all. I mean, it's like kids. You have 4, might as well have 5. But,
oh God, no.
No.
But that's what they told us about too.
Ellie's like, no. John, what are you talking about?
No. So we had one boy, and he was like sleeping by himself, like a month old.
It was
perfect.
He still does that.
It was great. It was like, this is so fucking easy. Let's have one more boy. Bam, 2 fucking girls.
And you wouldn't trade
at
for
the same time. No, I wouldn't change it the world, but I mean, at the
I didn't have to deal with
like,
him until he was 6 and the girls were 2.
Yeah,
almost 3, so it's fine.
Oh my Lord,
Lori got to miss out on the good stuff.
No, she caught a lot of shit
babies.
too. She didn't like babies.
Well, the girls weren't potty trained until after they were 4.
Yeah, ever to get the potty
it was
trained.
bad.
Shit with their mom.
Now Peyton is.
Somebody asked, "What the fuck is wrong with you, JT?"
What the fuck is wrong with you, JT?
That's probably because of the kids. That might be like Jess or
Is there a vendor? Is there a list of vendors that will be there? Malik, which show? And maybe asking about the Amarillo show.
I think so she posted. Yeah, she just posted a whole the vendor list in the Facebook group. So
Pearland.
But Lori also does a great job of posting vendor group.
Do you see that shit? So here's where we're standing with our vendor list right now. We are about to be changing host companies
for our website.
For our website, I finally have signed with a new company. We have a new SEO going. I will be able to have absolute full control of my website, not just a back-end GUI. And that's going to take about 4 to 6 weeks.
GUI isn't even working anymore.
It's not working anymore. So
I'll actually get registrations. It'll come to an email again. I'll be able to respond quicker.
I'm going to update all of the vendor list on the Herp Show and Herp Shop event pages. So Malik, I'll be updating those as soon as possible. Nothing is showing on the website but old links, and we can't get those down. So it's frustrating. Actually, what's funny is Andy caught this last weekend. Was it right before Slidell? No, it was Waco.
It was Slidell.
Was it Slidell?
Yeah.
The map.
Oh no, it's Waco.
The map showed it had the right address on the map for directions, but it took you to Russia when you clicked on it.
I don't think we want to show in Russia.
No, that's where the headquarters of that company that I have hosting is at. And I don't know how that worked. I can't figure that out. I fixed it. I had to put in coordinates instead of the address. It was a whole thing trying to figure out. But yeah, we'll have
we could go and catch some legless lizards.
It's true. Sheltopusics.
Tortoises.
Yep.
Huh?
Lori
Russian
likes those
tortoises.
a lot.
I do
No,
not.
yeah.
No.
I haven't
I
had
got
any of
some
those. I haven't
Yeah.
had any of those in the shop in a while. So
Whenever it got out in the car, and
Yeah, I was doing about 75 on the highway, and it came up between your legs like a cobra. And a lot of people don't
It
know.
scared the shit out of me. So I was on a
You
run,
scared
like,
the shit out of me. I almost peed myself. I was laughing so hard.
Well, it wasn't funny.
It was funny.
Not
I think we
And-
need to take that with a little grain of salt though, because I mean, don't you get like the shit scared out of you from June bugs?
Yeah, they're horrible. They're worse.
Like
I'd rather have a shelter
She-
6 over a June bug any day.
she
I
came
hate
home.
June bugs.
She came
They're
home from
horrible.
She came home from her shop the other night. Pitch black outside. There's no June bugs flying around. She walks up talking to me
It's
on the
April.
porch and starts screaming
Those
bloody murder.
fuckers
Kill
have
it,
been
kill
out
it,
since
kill it. I'm
March.
like, what are you talking about? And there was a dead June bug on the ground. It's alive. No, it's not. It's dead. It's squished. You probably stepped on it. It's dead. And she ran in the room. I didn't see her for like 20 minutes.
I hate them.
I know. Birds, June bugs.
Oh, I'll
And
take a
shelter
bird over a
pusics.
June bug any day. June
Oh,
bugs
good
are the
Lord.
worst thing in the world.
Like it's
I
bloody
hate
murder
them.
screaming. Like I can't. Like you. People think I'm lying, but it is.
Yes.
It's terror. It's pure
I
terror.
hate them.
Yeah, and they're really thick right now. By the way.
Mhm.
So
I know.
Um,
Thanks.
I'm not going to videotape that. Someone's asking for a video of that.
No video.
I still want to.
I'm too
stay
quick.
married.
You can't see it.
I'm
I
too
see the
quick.
June bug and I turn fast. I get my
fast.
fast self running quick when that happens.
God, I lost my train of thought. We were talking about that. Oh, we were talking about the stuff. Yeah. So
So yeah, we'll get all the stuff
That stuff's gonna be
updated. But
updated.
for now, that'll be on the event pages. So you go to Herp Show or Herp Shop on Facebook. on
yeah, go to the event pages,
and we'll post the vendor list.
but yeah,
Usually we do it about 2 weeks before the show, just so that it's hopefully updated,
Updated
because we
enough.
get so many changes and whatnot.
Yeah. But we do have. How many vendors do we have for Pearland?
I don't know,
About
80.
80. Yeah, about 80 vendors or so for Pearland. And Pearland was one of those shows last time. It was a good show. Parking was just fucking insane.
It was a
because
good crowd.
It was a great crowd for a
It was
first time
just
show.
a lot of logistics. So hopefully that can.
Yeah, I think probably the Baton Rouge show has the most potential of the new shows. That show was.
Oh
insane.
yeah, that was a
Um,
ton of people.
That was
But
an assload of people.
yeah, I know that
Um,
it'll start picking up for like feeder vendors.
Is,
and stuff like that
is-
going forward.
is Lake Charles in the same venue? Or is
No.
it moved?
So it's in the
Yes.
same
Is it still
venue.
Damaged,
It's
or-
actually in the same venue, but it's in the larger part, the Coliseum area,
oh on the other side.
which is right next to the exhibit
It's
hall.
right next to it.
Because the exhibit
Okay.
hall was so annoying with that shape that it was like triangular.
We
and,
wouldn't
like,
be able to fit
Yeah.
in the
we
venue
didn't
anymore.
we didn't like that, and then the Coliseum just gives a lot more space, so it won't be crowded.
Lots
Okay.
of space between the aisles, bigger rooms.
Yeah, big
It's a-
aisles,
It's a
similar to like
rectangle.
Corpus,
A
actually,
triangle.
almost exactly like Corpus as far as the
Okay.
layout.
Yeah, it's very close to
because you
Corpus.
walk in this kind of the side like you do Corpus, and then it's a huge
It's very
Coliseum,
similar.
big
That's
area.
a great way to describe it. It's very similar to Corpus.
The whole reason
to
Matt
Corpus Pavilion.
quit the Lake Charles was because the building got damaged in a hurricane,
Yeah.
right, or something like that.
Yes, we would have never ever left
The
that
roof
show. The roof caved in after
and the doors got
hurricane.
pulled off of the Coliseum in particular, but they were also using it as the central place for all of the military and aid people.
Yeah.
They
For a
took
long
it. They took it
time.
over,
but
but it
took
did get a
the-
lot of damage.
They were actually in process of selling it to another company to buy it from the city.
Yeah.
And then that stopped once the hurricane. It wasn't finalized by then, and so then once the
Yeah.
hurricane hit, they took all the damage. Well, then that fell through. So a lot of things happened in between that and getting all that fixed. It took
Yeah.
a
So
lot
it's-
longer,
so
but
it's
Because that
still
was what,
on
2
the-
years ago.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
and
and then we
everybody
did-
saw the videos of the
You can't let me
hurricanes
talk, Kenny.
when Lake
You
Charles.
just can't
hold on.
help yourself.
The big bank building. If you've never been to Lake Charles,
I'm
the
right
big
here.
bank building that they took all these videos and pictures and all that shit up. That's right next door to the Civic
Are you
Center.
done? Can you shut the
Yes,
hell
I'm
up
done.
so I can actually speak?
Well, I've been asking you to talk the whole fucking show. and you
Well,
don't
I
say
was
anything.
speaking and you interrupted
I'm
me.
sorry. Go ahead.
Douchebag.
What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say.
But anyway, so what I was
That's why we added Lafayette. I still love John, just not you. That's why we added Lafayette and Beaumont, because we were trying them both out to see what
Mhm.
worked better. And then once Lake Charles said, "Hey, come back," we were like, "Oh yes,
Done.
100%." And we phased out the Beaumont and Lafayette. Lafayette I liked, but the venue was just
They just weren't
horrible.
doing it.
They wouldn't keep up with it.
The
So.
it
promise
seemed
is
like they tried, but just
They were so
couldn't quite
nice.
do it.
Yeah, it was.
they
just-
were. They just couldn't keep up with adding what they are. Completely renovating it like they were supposed
And the
to.
best part was Gina's food, but that'll be at Pearland now.
Mhm,
So
yeah.
that's good.
People going
Mhm.
to Pearland is actually me gonna. I don't even know what she's making.
I know she's doing red beans and rice
She's doing
because I
red beans
told her
and
she
rice
couldn't
'cause
come unless she did.
Yeah.
So yeah. But other than that, I'm not sure. Good
That's
stuff.
somebody else that needs to move to College Station area, right?
They are working on it actually.
Yeah, they're actually
but
working on
they again the hurricane
They
put
came
them
down.
back because their house got
Their house-
really, really destroyed, and so then they had to pay a lot. Their insurance company didn't pay for a lot, and so yeah, so they're working on it.
They came during the Bryan weekend and looked at property, but they're looking for acreage. Not the extent of like Lori and Greg and Chris and Tracy are. And Chris and Tracy are moving to the kind of close to the area too.
Yep.
Duncan. And who else?
Well, Robert and Rachel were talking about it, but I think
Robert and Rachel, but they're doing.
But they're still
They're
close.
waiting for a year.
Yeah, they're still close.
Well, if we get approved for the house that we want and there's enough room or something, I'm probably going to make Tracy move out temporarily to our property until they find something closer. Because
there you go.
Yeah, it's a lot of wooded areas though. But I mean, it's a little over 3 acres. That little piece of property. So there was a tiny house out there.
Shoot, we can always ask ours too.
Yeah, I mean we're on 3 acres here.
I told Peyton that we were just going to put a camper in your front yard, and he was going to have to be wake up calls and go get food and stuff at night.
He probably would.
He'd probably
Honestly,
do it.
Peyton would probably
He'd be a little grumpy about it, but he'd do it.
He'd probably do it. Facebook user, hey, that's awesome.
Hey, Facebook user. Hey.
Sorry, it says that. I don't get the whole Facebook user thing. If I go like Callie was on my phone and go like to YouTube, I can see.
Tracy said she wouldn't mind
and check it, but all right. So tell people how they can find you. Do you have a Morph Market?
So I don't have any active Morph Market right now. I'm about to redo it. We didn't have a lot of production as far as our own babies this year.
Yeah.
And so I didn't renew whenever time came around. But I was actually going to do it this next week. So, but it'll be Grant Family Exotics on Morph Market. And then Grant Family Exotics on Facebook. Ectotherm Designs on Facebook as well. That's, like I said, that's kind of the new thing we're doing.
Your Facebook link, though, is scrolling across the bottom.
Hey, Bull.
It's not just Grant Family Exotics, it's Grant Family Reptiles. That takes you to your page.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Did you know that? Okay. So you can follow the link there or just look up Grant Family Exotics.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And you can Google us or find us there. We don't have a website. I'm not very technologically savvy.
No
Me
shit.
either.
So, so we haven't really done much with that, which we hope to. I actually did run my first ads on Facebook a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, how'd they go?
I was pretty happy with them.
Good.
We're up to, I think, 7.6 thousand likes and followers on
That's
Facebook. So, I'm working on that. But yeah, that's how you can get a hold of us. We actually have a Texas phone number too. So it's actually my old cell phone from my family. But my grandma she called me on a Friday and said, "Hey, we're getting rid of AT&T." And I said, "Grandma, that's my phone number that I've had for 8 years. Everybody knows I can't get rid of it." And so I had to go to AT&T and I had to buy a little like flip phone that has the SIM card for the store number. I don't even know where its phone's at, but it's all forwarded. So, but it worked. But anyways, yeah.
I mean, most of you guys know John and Callie are some of our favorite people. And everybody just needs to walk up to Callie at the next show and go, "Hey, Callie, what's wrong?" Just do that.
Give her a big hug,
please.
please don't hug
No,
me.
hugs are for me only.
I give her hugs. She
I
gives me
shouldn't like
hugs.
you.
Yeah,
No,
Callie likes
Oh,
me.
you should see Dawn Shores giving her a hug.
I
Uh,
honestly really
Ron
like.
Shores
If you
did it?
want me to like you, please don't hug me because
Dawn
I'm not
does
a
it.
hugger.
I hug you all
Dawn
the
does it, and he cracks up every single time. He like gives her a hug, and
Yeah.
It's a game to him now. He thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I just like hugs from Callie.
I know now just to kind of give her side hugs.
the side
No,
hug. Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
not
me
okay.
and John Grant like.
That's
hold each
Hannah
other
too.
and-
She's like,
I only
Ugh.
tolerate so much.
Yeah,
And I do have resting bitch face, but I'm normally a pretty nice person if you talk to me.
Yeah,
Just don't
hug.
touch me.
Yeah, so everybody that you walk by Callie, there's so many other
Just
vendors
don't
that are
touch me.
like, Callie just doesn't like me. I'm like, she
And
I
John just loves
Callie
everybody.
doesn't know you.
I've
and-
introduced her to so many people, and then they're like,
Oh,
"Oh,
yeah,
she's awesome." I'm like, "Well,
Yeah,
no shit,
she's great. Yeah.
she's great. Just
So-
approach her, talk to
Yeah.
her."
I just ask her
She
what's
won't hurt
wrong
you.
and just to fuck with her. It's just my thing.
I know
It's
what's
just-
wrong,
it's out of
Callie.
love. Yeah, it's all out of love. But we really
yeah.
do. We love you guys. We love your family. You're part of our family. no matter what happens, you're always going to be part of our family. We really have
Yeah.
kind of adopted you guys. We're so excited for you guys to actually be down here.
Yes.
To be
Mhm.
closer. We'll get to see the kiddos grow up a little bit
That's
longer.
So
Maybe
I
Lily will like me a little more now.
will be expecting family dinners once a week.
100%.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
Y'all are
All
always
That'd be
welcome.
awesome.
Yeah.
I would
But
love
yeah.
Gonzo, that's you. You can't touch her, you dirty old man.
that. Or it might be Talina saying don't touch her because she doesn't like that
Oh,
either.
Lena doesn't like it either.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. Oh, but it is Gonzo. She is like Talina.
yeah, she's like,
And somebody said JT is better. Uh-oh.
Oh,
That must be Chris Duncan.
that's probably Chris Duncan.
Yeah.
but yeah, kind of going back to what Callie said earlier
Or
about
James.
or James.
Yeah.
Only on
Yeah.
Saturdays, Callie and James are friends.
Yeah.
so.
Just
But going back to what Callie said earlier about the Herps family, just in general, bringing us out of a dark place. I mean, and it's kept us out of it. I've met some of the best people I've ever met in my life through the Herps family.
100%.
And sorry, the little Redfoot we have running around the shop was getting on a shelf and trying to break some of the Undertaker bolt stuff. But anyways, I mean, there's it's rough out there. It's rough for everybody. We all have bad days, bad moments. I went through a patch where I didn't post or look at Facebook for about 3 weeks, and I had 15 people messaging me that were literally, I had one that was my best friend, and then the rest were people from Herps. Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's up? What, you need to talk, and just that sense of camaraderie and just family is awesome.
It's real.
It's real.
Yeah.
I think people understand it's real.
I think so.
Yeah. If they don't, fuck them.
Yeah.
Honestly. You know
Then
what?
they don't need to come.
Then they don't need to be part of it,
Yeah.
honestly. And there's a lot of people that are hesitant, even they talk to me now. There's certain vendors who go, I didn't think this was real. I'm like, and now they're like, yeah, dude, we try to take care of each other. That's what it's about.
Absolutely.
We all try to take care of each other, no matter what.
Mhm.
So if some of
That's
us
the only
have,
way we're all
some
going
of
to
us-
make it.
exactly.
Yeah.
When people have it, they're good. And if there's people that don't, there's always people that have it, and then it swaps. There's
Yep.
people that don't have it, and then the other people have it, and we all work together to help. We had to get help last year. We were struggling so bad with all the shit
Yeah.
that happened to us, really bad, and the people in this community were the ones that
That
we
helped us.
were actually could lean on, and that,
Yep.
and that
The push and pull.
absolutely, it's 100% there. So, but we love you guys. Like I said, tell the kiddos we said hi. Y'all want to?
He's knocking more stuff over.
Yeah.
Well,
But
thank
yeah.
y'all for staying up there late. to be a
Yeah,
part of
John,
this.
John
We
it's way.
appreciate
It's
it
like
very
15
much.
minutes past
Oh,
John's
God,
bedtime.
I know,
No, it's
and I got to drive home.
45 minutes past.
Oh
7:30
yeah,
is
you got to
bedtime.
drive home. Holy
Oh.
crap,
Kelly,
dude.
you might want to drive just in
He's-
case he
he's-
dozes
he's
off.
we
gonna
It's
both
late.
have our own. We have separate cars here,
Oh, he might.
and
You
he
might
has
want
work
to
in the morning, so
follow
we do.
him.
We have to drive like 45 minutes home.
So he's only gonna get 11 hours of sleep instead of
It's gonna
12.
suck.
I'll be asleep by 9 o'clock if we leave right now.
Oh, we know 100% that's gonna happen. So, but yeah, you guys check out their website, or not their website, their Facebook page.
There you go.
See them at a show. Go up and talk to them. Even if you're scared of Callie, she's not gonna. She doesn't hate you. I promise.
And
It's
nothing's
just
really
RBF.
wrong, Kelly.
No,
Nothing's
it's
really
usually
wrong,
not.
Kelly.
I can tell when there's something really wrong. You can too.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong. She just thinks you look funny and don't touch her. That's pretty much it. Like, just, be nice. Get off your asses, work your tables, sell your animals. Great
Yep.
stuff. Anything else you guys want to say?
Good.
All right. Let me take you guys off real quick. Y'all stay right there. I know I'm going to hold you. Maybe
5 more
9:15. 5 more minutes.
5 more
All right.
minutes.
Let me
Alright.
take them off the
Thanks for
screen
having
real quick. We'll close up.
Thank y'all.
Thank you guys.
Love you
See us
guys.
by a sand boa.
Bye,
Yeah,
Samboa.
Bye, Samboa.
All right. That was good. I love them
I love them.
so much.
Yes.
Um,
See, it made my crap day better.
It did. It
Really did.
So,
And
know-
I still hate you, but
I'm
not
I'm-
as much.
I'm pretty sure. And
The
I didn't do
level-
anything wrong, but it's,
You did, but
No.
it's okay.
No.
Yeah. You just don't know it.
thank you guys for joining us. I think that went well as well. We actually have been talking. Lori did great at Slidell. She went around. We walked to several of them ourselves, but we actually have a full calendar of
Oh, yes.
what our next few podcasts are going to
I
be.
think through May, I have it booked. I got to start on June, and I'll start reaching out to. We're going to do all the sponsors 1st,
Mhm.
and then we'll start doing long time vendors as well.
Love you too,
so.
Chris. Yeah. So
Love
we're gonna
you,
get to
Chris.
everyone. Honestly, that's the plan. One of these shows in May is gonna have to be on Thursday because our
Yes.
guest is gonna be Mr. Tom Harbin.
Which is awesome.
But he has church group on Wednesday, so
Wednesdays,
Thursday's his only day. So we'll make sure we have that announced plenty of time. And then next week, our special guest is going to be Kristen and
with
Donnie from Krusty Works. And we are going to have a silent auction going on at the Austin show
for them.
So
yes.
Kristen's actually coming to your pop-up this weekend.
Kristen will be here this weekend, and Talina and Brandy and
Yeah.
Jennifer and
So
Gina,
if any of you guys are in the
people.
area, there's a huge festival going on, art festival in downtown Bryan, and Lori is doing a pop-up separately, part of that
on my
the
patio at the Tips Trinket. Yep.
at the Trinket, and some of our vendors are coming into town, like you said, so they'll have their stuff there set up to sell.
Can't wait, wifey.
So make sure you guys come check that out if you're in the area. That's it for me, baby.
All right. Love y'all.
Love you.
Night,
You
night.
good? You love me too?
Mm.
All right. Love you guys. We'll see you guys next time.